in the AI era, right? Once again, guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're brand new to the channel, it is your boy, Kasim. I am a holistic health coach, Army veteran, a father, right, and a seeker of knowledge, right? And in this video, I just wanted to give you guys the energy of peace, love, and abundance. So, right now, we're just drinking some tea and we're just going to get into these high level coaching talks. So, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to take you on this journey. So, here we go. In a world where AI can do our thinking, the new strength is what we choose to focus on. AI can track our steps, your sleep, your macros, but it cannot choose your focus for you. Holistic high level coaching in 2025 and 2026 is about training your attention on your body instead of your phone, on your breath instead of your stress, on your values instead of the algorithm. Gotta take a sip of some tea with that one, y'all. Mmm, that's so good. Real quick, y'all. So I'm gonna work through this and I'm gonna go from top to bottom to break this down for you guys to help you guys enhance your focus, right? So first thing, right? I want you to focus on your attention as the new protocol for your health, right? Now, what do I mean by this, right? I want you to stay locked in, right? If you're not where you want to be health wise, right? Let's focus on the night before we get into the next day, right? You need proper sleep, right? When you go to sleep, right, at a proper time, when the sun goes down, or you're getting enough hours of sleep, right, to wake up early to have a productive day, right? Your body's resetting its circadian rhythm, right? You're also reducing stress on the body, right? This is where your body's also going to start repairing itself, start healing itself, right? This is where you need to like not do anything at all, right? Don't sleep next to your phone whatsoever. Sleep is very, very important, right? A lot of people aren't talking about it. More people are talking about what to do in the gym, and we're skipping over something that's so important because a lot of people are not having dreams, right? It's so crazy. Like we're supposed to be dreaming on a day-to-day basis, but we work so hard and we do so many things, we forget to actually put our sleep first, right? So the best thing you could do for yourself, right, is have a bedtime, right? Have a bedtime and stay consistent with that bedtime, right? Maybe you're an adult, right? Maybe you're a kid becoming an adult, right? But when you get proper sleep, you can't lie. You have better days, you're more aware, right? You're more attentive to things, and you're just more productive, right? And let's not forget about the food choices too, right? Food and movement, right? Movement and food is movement is 20% of the battle, food is 80% of the battle, right? When you use AI to build you out your meal plan, your movement plan, right? It takes the offloading from the brain, and instead of you trying to figure out something yourself, you're just executing on that given task, right? So it makes you even more productive, right? So you're choosing exactly what you need to focus on for your specific goals, right? How many hours do you specifically need? What type of food do you need to eat? Are you a flexitarian? Are you a pescatarian? Are you a vegan? Are you a carnivore, right? Like, what are you eating specifically for your specific goals, right? Then we come into movement, right? How are you working out? Are you working out for mobility? Are you working out for explosive training? Are you working out for a marathon? Are you working out for longevity? Are you just working out to stay healthy, right? Everybody has different goals. There's no one size fits all for every single person. And that's the beautiful thing about having AI in our school system now because everybody can get specialized programs so that they can understand for their cognitive personality traits, right? It's an amazing thing. So use your attention to focus on the health protocol for yourself, right? You can literally put whatever you want and get exactly what you need for your specific height to weight ratio, right? Next, right? Use AI as an external prefrontal cortex, right? What do I mean? I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and read my notes, right? I want you to position AI as a planning and tracking assistant, right? That holds data and reminders so your biological brain can focus on the presence, right? The present moment and creativity and also embodiment, right? When we do this, right, not only are you getting to your results faster, not only are you creating the person that you want to become faster, right? But you're getting better ideas. You're becoming who you need to be exactly where when you need to become that person, right? If you're watching this video right here, right now, it doesn't matter what time in your life that you're watching this, you needed to hear this at this time in your life, right? And this time in your life, I just wanted to reassure you that you're at the right time, at the right place in your life, right? So if this is your first time hearing this, hop on it. If this is your first time hearing this, but you've been doing it, hey, I salute you and I commend you. Keep on going because you're doing a fantastic job. But the easiest thing to do, right, if you want to be a legend, if you were thinking about legacy, right, is automate this stuff, right? Automate the mundane day-to-day stuff that's going to take your time, right? Because you don't want to spend time building out your meal plan or your workout plan. That stuff is like that, truth be told, right? You want to actually focus on the embodiment process of the workout, of the eating, of the meditation, right? Of the creativity that you're going to experience when you start moving your body, having these chemicals go off in your brain, right? It's all about offloading this stuff for yourself, right? Using AI as an assistant, using AI as a collaborator instead of an answering machine, right? I hope that makes sense because I know we're on fire right now. I'm going to take a sip of some of this amazing tea. Mm, that's so good, you guys. That's so good. Speaking of offloading, right? Just real quick, this is cinnamon tea, right? This has antioxidants, so it helps with what oxidizing stress, right? It helps also boost your metabolism. It also helps you a little bit with hydration, right? And it also has only 60 milligrams of caffeine per serving, you guys. So this is what I've been drinking every single day for the past 7 years. And I just started putting this on YouTube because it just follows in with my routine. You know what I mean? Like every time I'm drinking my tea, I'm always studying something for myself, right? So it's about where your focus is at. So that way you can eventually impact somebody's life for the better. So if you're looking for something, right, check out the link in the description down below, right? Other than that, let's continue, right? Next one, their nervous system, right? I want to explain this in a way that we all currently live our lives probably right here, right now, right? Whenever you keep switching between tasks, right, and you're not staying focused on something long enough for a given time, right, this creates low grade stress for the body, right? This makes consistency almost impossible uh, while train focus, while training your focus because you're always switching and you're always bouncing from task to task to task, and you can never stay consistently focused on something long enough to see the fruits of your labor, right? If you want to strengthen your system, right, that consistency muscle, right, the unseen muscle, you have to stay consistently focused on something long enough to actually see the fruits of its labor, right? So New Year's is right around the corner, and I feel like I have to share this because I think the stat is like 80% of people give up on their New Year's resolution the first week of January, right? And it's just like, wow, like why are people giving up on themselves, right? And I'll tell you what, most people aren't really giving up on themselves. Most people, right? Their body just remembers the trauma that has happened to them. Their body remembers, right? Everything that has happened from the bad eating, right? From those traumatic experiences. And sometimes when our mind wants to do things, like our body's not keeping up with that, right? So it takes time, it takes dedicated time to actually say, like, you know what, I'm going to do this no matter what. And whenever you do have a setback, whenever you do fall off from alignment, that's okay. Become aware, hop back on. Videos like this will continue to remind you to make sure that you hop back on track, right? So you can use AI, right, to develop a focused plan for your cognitive personality trait, right? Because everybody thinks differently, everybody has different experiences, right? But if you're going to give these large language models the data that it needs, right, and all you need to do is just ask it the question, say, hey, Chat GPT, right? Everybody Chat GPTs it right now. Chat GPT, help me improve my focus, right? Help me get in alignment so my nervous system is regulated and it's balanced 24/7, right? So that's that one right there, right? I got a couple more. I want to continue to dive down deep in this because I know this can help out a lot of people, right? So check this out. I want to emphasize on something, right? I want to emphasize on AI that can scale its information, but human intention, right, is when somebody is fully with you, fully with you. Yes, I'm looking down at my phone to make sure I'm staying on track, I'm staying on point, so that way I can get this script across and I can get my point across for you guys. But the the listening part of this, what you guys are doing right now, the reflecting part of this, what you guys will do after this video, right? Of just listening this to this video and just sharing this energy with you guys, this actually shifts your identity. This actually shifts your behavior a little bit when you start doing things that are going to be beneficial to you, right? Because human presence, right, is better than irresist- irresistible tech, right? I'm gonna say that one more time. Human presence is better than irresistible tech, right? People still crave authenticity. People still crave community. People still crave people. People want the real, right? They don't want fake. There's so much fake going on, right? Excuse me. We live in a reality right now where we've been told, right, to not be the fullest version of ourselves. We've been told that it's cool to hate on yourself. It's cool to say, oh, that person's this, that person's that. When really we gotta turn that camera right back around and look right inside of ourselves and honor our light within inside of ourselves, right? Imagine, right? You are the main hero. You are the main character of your story, right? What does that look like? God gave you everything that you needed. Like you have everything you need to be successful at this very moment right now, especially if you're watching this video right now, right? So it's all about being present. It's all about understanding that you have an opportunity of a lifetime and we live in some of the greatest opportunities on this planet, right? On this planet, right? Because when you understand this, right, you kind of break out of that delusional loop like, oh, this is only about me. Oh, it's I'm the model of my life. No, it's you and it's everybody else, right? It's you, it's your neighbor, it's the person, it's the cat down the street, right? Like it's all of us in this together, right? And when we start realizing how present that we can be, where we become still, right? We become still with our own breath, with our own knowing of how powerful that we are individually, then you'll understand that you can start inspiring people by the effort and the actions and the iterations that you put in for the opportunities, right? For the impact, for the contribution, for the purpose that you want to live in your life, right? A man without purpose will perish. So you have to have a purpose, my guy, right? Have a purpose. What does that purpose look like for you, right? Simple and short, my purpose is to make the world healthier and happier. Raising consciousness, right? This is high level coaching, holistic coaching, right? And I just wanted to come on here and continue to serve you guys at a high level, right? 5:14 a.m., having some tea on a Sunday morning. And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever, right? I'm here. It's a graveyard shift. And no, guess what? I'm still here. You know why? Because I'm present. Because this is the identity, this is the behavior that I want to bring to my reality. Because I know where I am going, right? And you want to surround yourself with people that know where they're going, right? And whatever that looks like, it could be scary, right? But understand, with resilience, right? Resilience mixed with determination creates unshakableness, right? Understand that, right? I kind of touched on the next topic, right? But I want to tie it. I want to tie our spiritual practices with using our focus, right? Because a lot of people aren't really using your focus to become the best spiritual leader or spiritual searcher, seeker, right? That you possibly can be, right? And I want to encourage you to continue to live in the purpose that God has for you, right? Whatever that might look like for you, whatever religion you might be, whatever you might believe in, right? Be in alignment with that path, like truly be in alignment with that path. If you need to pray 5 times a day, pray 5 times a day, right? If you need to meditate 12 times a day, meditate 12 times a day. If you need to do some yoga, do some yoga. Whatever it might, whatever you might need to connect to that divine and stay in alignment with the highest version of yourself, knock that out, right? Then next, right? Have gratitude, right? Have a gratitude journal because gratitude is the fastest way to change a negative state to a positive state. When you start naming off things that you're grateful for, you start to realize that whatever emotion that you had before, whether that was anger, grief, shame, sadness, whatever situation you're currently going through, it becomes irrelevant because you start becoming more grateful for who you are, what you have, and anything else really doesn't matter, right? Because if you're grateful for who you are, what you have, and your family, and God, and the clothes on your back, the job that you have, right? The stuff that you get to drink, right? You start becoming unstoppable because an attitude of gratitude, right, precedes everything else. Have an attitude of gratitude, right? And with AI, you can actually develop a plan to actually create prompts for yourself to write in your journal to have an attitude of gratitude, right? This turns the mind from reactive to resilience, right? Then that leads to being unshakable. So I kind of hit on that already, but I wanted to hit on that one more time, right? And just a couple of other things before I go. I have to continue to take a sip of this because this is getting me in the zone, you guys. We are in the zone. Once again, if you guys found any value out of this video, before I continue, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, right? Because this is a way that I am continuing to build a source of value, uh, a library of just my clones, right? My YouTube clones over and over and over again. So when somebody that doesn't know me, they land on my page, they can understand the type of person I am from how I'm showing up and how I want to serve people at a high level. So that way they can be in alignment with themselves, or that way they can get the best results possible in the gym from losing weight, gaining energy, gaining lean muscle, right? Or just living their best, healthiest version of their life, right? And that can be having an attitude of gratitude, right? It doesn't matter, right? But what matters is where your focus is going to go, right? So you have to understand that AI will continue to take a lot of people's jobs, but it will also create a lot of people's jobs. So your focus has to be, where can I fit in this industry, in this revolution of tech right here, right now. And the best thing I always tell everybody, you are your business. You are a walking billboard for your business, and you have the opportunity to create a platform just based off of who you are and your own experiences, right? And share that, right? And potentially make income from that in a unique way that is uniquely you, and nobody can take that away from you, which is amazing. Ah, all right. Wanted to continue this, right? So let's continue this. When we talk about creating programs for yourself, right? I want you to choose one health action, right? This could be walking, lifting, breathing, and journaling. When you do these, I do not need your phone around you. Take the phone away, take the music away, take all multitasking away. Why? Because this is going to strengthen the circuits, right, to sustain that focus for long periods of time. Because when your focus is scattered, when you're trying to write and you're listening to music, when you're trying to work out and you're listening to music or something that's not serving at the highest level, whether it's not a podcast or something that's just going to raise your frequency, right? If you're outside walking and you're not listening to the Earth's natural rhythm and you have your headphones on, right? Your focus is going to continue to be scattered, and that's not what we want. We want our focus to be laser sharp. We want our focus to be locked in to the mission and the purpose that we have in our lives, young man, right? Or woman, whoever's watching this or viewing this right now. And I said this already before, but you can use AI to batch your workout plans, right? Your meal plans ahead of time. So the time that you have to act, your full attention is on executing instead of deciding, right? So next, but also continuing this, right? Focus on attentional recovery, right? Resetting your nervous system. I said this in the last video. I was off of social media, Instagram, for about 7 days, right? That 7 days turned into 4 weeks. I loved the way I felt after 1 week off of social media. I had so much time, I had so much energy to focus on the things that I wanted to focus on instead of comparing my life to other coaches that are killing it in the game right now, other people that are just living the dream life, right? Everybody that has made it, everybody that is going to make it and is on the grind and doing their thing, excuse me, right? They all started with clarity. They all started with an intention, and they had laser sharp focus and consistency to back up where they wanted to get to in this life, right? And if they can do it, they can lead the steps for success. You can too, right? Follow their steps, right? Michael Jackson had this quote. He said, "Study the greats and become better than them." Right? So study the people that are in your field, that are killing it in your field, and become better than them, right? Whether that's cooking, whether that's boxing, whether that's entrepreneurship, fitness, spirituality, right? Hip hop and dance, right? Whatever it might be, study them and then become better than them, right? Because they laid the groundwork out for you already, right? All you need to do is just follow their steps, but always just get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And that's when you become a master at your craft, right? Sooner than later. But you have to stay focused on it, right? And I keep talking about focus right now. And I kind of wanted to relate this one Bible story. We all know Noah, right? Noah from the Bible. He got a message from God saying, hey, there's going to be a flood, right? Nobody believed this guy. He started building a boat, right? In the middle of dry land, right? This man was building a boat for so long, you guys. I think he was building a boat for 129 years. 129 years. For one, he had faith, he had consistency, he had focus, and he had attention. He knew exactly where he was going to go within that time, and he made it happen, you guys. He made it happen. He made it happen, and it's a story. This is such a powerful, amazing story of where focus can take you, or where focus can get you, right? And when you're down in those dumps and you're feeling insecure and you're feeling like you're in your head, or you're beating yourself up, you're negative, just understand that when you start and you take action, right? That's when motivation actually comes. Motivation doesn't come before, right? When you want to create something big and meaningful, motivation comes from the action. And when you look back at your work, you're just like, wow, I'm even more motivated to get the next video out, the next video out, the next video out, whatever that might be for you, right? But I've realized with me, right, it's been forever since I've been wanting to get on YouTube, right? And now I have a plan to actually educate, serve the masses, and do it in a way that's uniquely to me, right? And come up with these amazing topics that help you become better, better leaders within inside yourself, right? Because all I'm doing is leading you back to you. That's all AI is doing, depending on what AI you use. Be careful on the AIs you use, right? Do your research. Just don't listen to a random guy on YouTube. Mm. But I wanted you guys to understand that. And lastly but not least, right? We got to talk about values, right? What are your values, right? If you don't know what your values are, go to AI right now and tell AI, hey, help me come up with some values, or hey, how can I determine my values based off of who I am? Ask me qualifying questions to understand who am I at my core, right? What you choose to see is what you become, right? What do I mean by this? Where your attention goes, your identity grows. Repeatedly placing attention on gratitude, growth, And truth literally reshapes mindset and resilience over time, right? In coaching, right? AI can help track behavior, but it's the coach's job to keep bringing the client back to their deeper why, right? So their actions align with their values, right? Listen, you guys, it's such a beautiful thing to be a coach and help and serve somebody on their personal journey for self improvement, for a transformation, because it's so rewarding seeing that transformation, right? But at the end of the day, it's really up to you, right? You have to do what's right for you. And I'll tell you right now, the easiest thing that has been for me to stay consistent has been being with a community of like minded people, right? I've been with the community now for about 7 years of people that literally post their workouts, post their meal plans, right? Post inspirational quotes, motivational quotes. And I look back now, I'm just like, wow, I haven't stopped doing my own personal growth journey, my own personal routine, right? To get my mind in alignment for 7 years, right? That's amazing, right? Somebody needs 7 years of consistency in their life right now. And I'm telling you right here, right now, if you're listening to this and you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you. I love you guys, right? Because I know this information is valuable and I know it can serve you at a high level. But I want you to do what's right for you. And if you're still lost and if you still don't have any guidance or direction, right? You guys can click that link down there below. If you need somebody to hold your hand, we have a challenge, 10K challenge, right? You can lose weight, gain lean muscle, gain more energy for 21 days from January 5th to January 25th, right? And you will see some real transformations if you take yourself seriously, right? But I'm only taking serious people, so I'll have both of those links down there below. But if you want to do this right now, if you want to do this right now after this call, right? After this call, after this stream, right? Once you get off, go to your AI, whether that's Grok, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, right? Use all of them, see what they all say, right? Go to it and say, hey, I want clarity in my life. I need to have laser sharp focus in my life. Ask me qualifying questions to help understand me better. Then I want you to build me a plan to enhance my focus, right? I want to build a plan to get in the best shape of my life, right? I want you to build that plan to help build me a meal plan that's actually gonna give me energy to enhance my performance, right? It's all about what you're asking, right? Just imagine this is like a genie in a bottle. How are you talking to this genie right now, you guys? Are you just using it like an answering machine, or are you using it with intention and purpose to move your life forward and potentially move other people's lives forward in your family, in your community, in your state, in your country, and eventually the world, you guys? So that is how you continue to enhance your focus in this AI age, you guys. If you guys found any value out of this video at all, don't forget to like, comment what you like the most, right? And don't forget to share because the YouTube algorithm likes that. Until then, my friends, I'll see you guys in the next video. Salute.